Okay, hello everyone. We should be live, fingers crossed. Welcome to the stream, if indeed you can hear me, or most realistically, if you're here on the stream replay. You can apparently earn subs, or you can apparently subscribe to earn Crunchyroll drops. I never turned that on, so thanks Twitch. I don't know why I said that immediately after if you're watching on the replay, because that means absolutely nothing to you. Anyway, welcome to another new Mario Kart Monday stream. We are here with a little hack called Mario Kart 64 Amped Up. Very much not a Mario Kart 64 guy. I enjoyed this game, but I am horrible at it, so my Mario Kart 64 experience is always very few and far between. But I'm looking forward to this. I've messed with this quite a bit as a result of N64 emulation being a pain if you've ever done it, so you know it takes a lot of setup. So, as a result, I played this. This is emulated, by the way. I had initially planned to play this on real hardware, left my good video cable behind. Welcome, Larry. You're completely covered on my screen by the stupid Crunchyroll thing, unfortunately. But hey. Yeah, I planned to play this on real hardware, left my good video cable behind. It's in my SNES currently. I'm nowhere near my SNES, because I use the same cable. So, I bought a really cheapo, admittedly kind of crappy one, just to see how it looked. Unsurprisingly, looked bad. It was a lot of setup to get these hacks working on hardware, which I did do, but I was like, let's just test it on emulator. It looked and ran so much better, so I was like, we'll leave it as is, and well, here we are. So yeah, one Mario Kart 64 hack minimum today, because it is very late, much later. Kind of my fault, but mostly not. I couldn't really do much about it. I'm going to assume that's Twitch bugging, by the way, on that reconnecting to chat, and that's not my connection having dropped. Hacks tend to make sure they at least support emulators. Well, they support console perfectly. I've seen both of these running great on hardware. But yes, at least one. I'm very late, so I'd like to do two today, because there's two main Mario Kart 64 hacks that are very interlinked and everyone loves, so be primed to look at them, but we'll see how we get on, because 9 PM, my intention was to be here at 8, but it doesn't always work like that on a Monday, unfortunately. Mario Kart Mondays shares its namesake with Shopping Mondays, which I don't have much say over when we go and get back. So, yeah, I only got back in at 9, so luckily I already had this mostly ready to go, and then everything exploded. I'm on RetroArch, unfortunately. It's just the best thing for this game. And, sorry, for all these hacks. But, yes, all my control remapping stopped working, because you might be able to hear using a GameCube controller. It's very loud, I apologise. So everything broke. I had to delete a load of space to be able to record tonight's stream locally. Welcome Pete, hope you're having a good one. Hey, the last Mario Kart game you played, except we've hacked and bodged it up as per usual on this stream. Was Metroid Monday for me? Ooh, what Metroid were you playing? Anyway, don't know why I'm yapping. I've got a lot to get through. One thing you will notice if I... There you go. This is the Japanese voiceover. You can actually choose in this mod, which I've done exclusively for one reason. And said reason is we get such incredible voices as... I don't know how the audio balance is today, by the way, but the Japanese voice dub is one of the greatest miscarriages of justice in gaming. It's incredible. The other mod doesn't have this, so I turned it on for this one. Very few characters are the same. Mario is, Yoshi is, otherwise everyone else has an incredible dub. So Luigi's one of my favourites, we're going to start with him. Toad's still, they all kind of sound like them, but, I mean... Luigi's my favourite along with Wario, so we'll start with Luigi. Anyway, loads of custom maps here. There is 4. You will notice I have cheats on. Reason for that is there's a nice little quality of life thing where you can make all the character stats the same. If you've never played this game or you don't know anything beyond a certain point, Yoshi, because cheats here, Yoshi, Toad, and Peach are just better than everyone else. Like, they're just flat out better. There's no ifs and buts. All the other characters can do that. No, they just randomly made 3 of the characters have better stats than the rest of the characters. So you can just turn on a mode that makes everyone rounded out, basically. So that's what I did. Cheats are wrong because it's not speedrun legal, but I don't care. Everything else is pretty vanilla, so... Also, enjoy the 60 frames. They won't last. Whoa, I'm really zoomed out. Okay. Yes, I can't believe you've done this. I can. It makes the game much nicer to play when I'm not randomly at a disadvantage because of the character I chose. Don't get me wrong, I'd normally play as Yoshi anyway in this game, but meh. Yeah, sorry for the loud GameCube controller. I could have chosen a different one. Like, this is PC. I could have done anything, but this is the way to play this game for me, for sure. I first played this on Virtual Console and loved it on there, so I've always been used to this on this controller, so it just kind of felt right for me. But you've seen custom tracks like a million times on the stream. I ain't got to do too much explaining, but very different from Diddy Kong Races, because I was just up my arse. It really is. It's very different from vanilla Mario Kart 64, as you can see. We've got like power sliding, we've got 60 FPS because it's emulator, which is really nice. I really like the power sliding indicator. It's also like much more robust and solid to do them. Like it's difficult to describe because you can charge them fast anyway, but it feels like it's a bit easier to drift, which is one of my main complaints I have with Mario Kart 64. Is even when I've played it for ages and stuff like that, I always still struggle with the drifting in here. It's like not as intuitive as later games and not as weird and out there as earlier ones. It kind of like falls in between them for me, but because of this you can see I'm actually getting some good drifts around here. When we go to the other mod, which has nowhere near as many quality of life things, I'll not be as lucky. Is there any Mario Kart that doesn't have DKR modded in? No, because Nintendo forget that it exists, so it just makes a free, hey, let's remake these in this game thing or whatever. And hey, most fitting here, because, it's on its console of origin, I guess. It would have made sense for this back in the day. Although I think Diddy Kong Racing came out after, I'm thinking, right? Anyway. We have the usual weird track that came out after the game it's modded into, which, I don't know, I've played a few of these tracks while trying to get this working. Like I said, if you've ever done N64 emulation, it's a pain in the arse. Especially if you, like this, you have a 60 FPS code that's built into the mod, and you've got to get that working on the emulator, because it doesn't work out the box. Not salty about this, by the way. But this track has so many corners, and you feel like, oh, with the drifting it would work or whatever, but it just kind of doesn't with the style of drifting this game has. Like, you can't chain drift easily. Oh, yeah, I always forget. Trick system, by the way. Yeah, like, you can kind of see me here. Like, I have a drift. It's just too tight for the sort of thing we got going on here. So, I don't know. On paper, it makes sense, but there's like so much of it where you're just kind of jumping around the corners instead of drifting or driving or anything like that. And you can see I keep driving into those. Once again, I'm not the greatest at Mario Kart 64. I won't pretend to be, but I knew I had to feature this on here at some point. So I've been meaning to play Mario Kart Amped Up for years, so I've got a chance to now. Another thing I do have turned on, which is really nice, I think it's on by default, is if you've ever played Mario Kart 64 and you've sucked at it, you know that the Grand Prix is flat out. Don't let you continue if you don't get fourth. It's the same as Super Mario Kart. You have to go again. You get 0 points. Not only that, but you have to go again. It's really annoying, honestly. I've done that all 3 laps now. It's really impressive. Luckily, by default, this mod just turns it on so that you can continue. So if I have a real stinker, I fall off, and we don't have to see the same track again, which is really nice for the purposes of something like this. How many weeks till World? 2.5, right? It's a Thursday, so yeah, like 2.5 weeks today. So I've already been upfront about what the stream schedule is for the rest of Mario Kart Mondays Deluxe up until then. So next week is Archipelago, the Mario Kart Wii vs Mario Kart 8 randomizer. Then week after that is online, and then yeah, finally after that it's I've got time and money for that shit. I mean, I'd say relatable, but it clearly isn't, but that is also perfectly fair. Yeah, then after that it's just going to be normal Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. For the last week it's the main game or whatever, like everyone else, because I'm not in any way original. So we'll do that, then a couple weeks of World, and then we're back to Mario Kart 8 in like a month or so's time, as I always do with the Wii U version, see who's playing it, etc. Except this time it'll be Deluxe, because it will not be the most recent anymore. But yeah, in my mind it was either as well, I think I said before, it was either do Mario Kart 64 one week or do Mario Kart Tour, so be glad this one out. Just trying to get ahead of recording so I can edit the stuff ahead of me. How much editing have you got to do then? Is it that bad week in, week out? But you got to get that much of a backlog of the actual videos themselves ready. Yeah, this track's alright. I mean, like, it's very simplistic compared to some of them that we'll be seeing later on, but I kind of like it all the same. It's just weird to me that it has these huge jumps here that you can see me jumping over, and yet no tricks. I know with, like, some of these mods, like, they're made as separate tracks, separate to, like, say, Mario Kart 64 Amped Up, which is what we're playing, for example. They're made separately or whatever, so, like, it makes sense, therefore, but, you know, what's the word? Makes sense that they don't have trick points, but it does feel weird sometimes when it's like, oh, the rest of the tracks have them, so what's up with that? I've recorded a 5-episode series on some mods for a game, but I need to get ahead. I'm doing a thing with KC tomorrow night. I had no idea. I mean, I couldn't have foreseen that coming based on like 10 people joining that server at once. Yeah, it makes sense you want to get ahead with all that going on. Just generally, it's like a good idea, isn't it? Doesn't hurt to have a backlog going and all that with that sort of thing anyway, unless it needs to be current. You know, if you're talking about current affairs, then a backlog is probably one of the worst ideas. I'd not recommend that. Alright, well, I've clutched victory from the jaws of defeat. I say as they take me. Stop talking. I feel like I join when invited and leave when I'm done. Isn't that most people with most of those sorts of Discord servers? I don't think you're the only one. Especially when you... It's like some people are hitting that 100 character limit, not 100 server limit or whatever. That could not be me, but... Then again, I've been joining a lot of like random project discords with the fact that I'm not on Twitter anymore, so it kind of just de facto, when there's 7 social media platforms, Discord kind of becomes the easiest place to get pings sometimes. By the way, one drawback of Mario Kart 64 being like 4 pixels on screen at any given time is it's really difficult to make things out in the distance sometimes, so forgive me if I just clearly drive the wrong way, because it's really pixely on my screen sometimes. Oh yeah, also another benefit you're seeing, it's widescreen. I've not just stretched the video, I'm not an absolute maniac. This is a native widescreen mode, and the other hack has that as well, which is really nice. I like that sort of thing. Like, I know you're going to play on... I think it works on console as well, but like, if you're playing an emulator, you know most people are going to stretch the video anyway, so you might as well give them the option to actually have a real 16:9 or whatever. Like, most people just leave it as is and that sort of thing. And when it goes full screen, the video goes wide. So I'm using it. It looks kind of nice in the stream layout. I don't like when they stretch HUDs for this sort of thing, but the other mod does that more than this one. This one seems to pretty much recenter everything accordingly, except... No, I think this one does it. I've not finished a cup on this one. This is my first time playing this track, so... I have no idea where I'm going. Yeah, I didn't think that would happen. Yeah, I know the other one stretched the ending video, which I had no idea was ever a video. I thought that was played in real time. I was mainly on the PSP Go as my emulation handheld. I was Stretch Gang. I don't know how to feel about that, honestly, Larry, honestly. Forget you spin out if you mistime that in this game. Ugh. See, scenarios like this, that random fall there, if that had been lap 3, this is why it's nice that I can continue and not get penalised like 4 minutes for that or whatever. It's a good thing future Mario Kart games just let you do that. Even if you lose the GP, at least I can just see the rest of the races. Like, I equally kind of get the logic for it, like, yeah, but you're not going to win the GP if you got 4th in any of them, but at the same time it is a little unfair. Nowadays, nothing gets me to click a YouTube video faster than stretch gameplay. I can, like, just about tolerate it, but it's when it's, like, people, like, make justifications for it, like, it looks better, or I don't want black bars on my TV, like, really? Try to go as native as possible now and be interested in seeing how the current LP is perceived. Whenabouts are we going to see flashes of it? Because you can get my live reaction when it goes live, and yes, the voice clips are so dumb in the Japanese version. Like, as I said, that's why we got to get them on. The voice track is so bad that they were like, yep, record that shit ASAP the second it came to America. Nice little Hitler. I don't trust myself with the drift I was on, so I'm going to change the angle of that. Thank you very much. Oh, Yeah, okay. I instinctively just pressed X to look behind me. Why? I miss what you said under so much gold mush noise. When's it coming out? So I can see what greatness is coming to the channel. You can get my live reaction, basically. Right, please let me skip this. Oh, it started today. Ugh. My biggest pet peeve with 64 is you can't skip this cutscene, and it's so long. Okay, this isn't stretched. It is in the other hack. Oh, custom music. Nice. That's kind of fun. Right. Let's see. Gotta get under a lot of junk. Sonic Rush. In what way am I meant to perceive Sonic Rush? Your opinion on it? Your gameplay of it? I don't know if... It might be based on the model. I don't know if it's the exact version that's in 64, but it's clearly the same thing. Oh, the video layout. Okay, but it didn't autoplay for me, so let's see that. Oh, that's fine. I mean, Rush is inherently difficult to make a layout for, because there's not really any other DS games that require the same screen as it or whatever, so it makes sense. I think that was fine. I think that was good. The best you can do given, like, it's how people do mobile games and stuff, so you might as well do it the exact same for DS. Right. You see people doing the top and bottom screen super separate. That is true, but that just makes the gameplay way smaller on a video like that than it needs to be. Like, when I did it on the channel, I did the exact same thing. Honestly, that's more for my playability. I find it really annoying to play Rush when there's no screen gap, because the game just inherently expects one, so sometimes I miscalculate jumps and stuff. Meh. I mean, there's only so much you can do with it. Like, as a viewer, that's completely fine. Playing it, I would feel less fine if I was doing that or whatever. Anyway, Toad time. Right, this is the one I knew people would would enjoy the most. Here we go. Oh, I didn't make the jump properly. Here we go. So Larry, remember when you said, is it a pack without CTR track? Might be giving the hand away. I actually don't know if there's CTR tracks in here. DKR. Well, is it custom tracks without a Sonic track? The answer is, of course, no. No, it is not. Oh, man. Yo-ho! Yo-ho! It only work with text on the screen as well. Yeah, for mobile stuff. Yeah. Cool to see this with half decent controls. What, this stage? I don't know if I'd go that far. Would I take the driving controls in SA2 over 64? No. But it's close. I can't lie. Like I said, I'm used to this control scheme, but it's far from ideal for me. But hey, I can actually play and finish Mario Kart 64. Admittedly, sometimes with great difficulty, as you can see by me driving into cars. Can't do the same with Super Mario Kart and Super Circuit. I flat out cannot control them to save the life of me. No phallic car, what's the point? I mean, we got a man with a mushroom-tipped head, like, what more do you need? So WUG is a modded level for the world, with the ending being a long road into the next level. I mean... Oh, you mean like as in default SA2? Because I was going to say, yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? But yeah, no, that actually worked perfect. Straight onto the next stage, Sky Rail, of course. You said something about ring races earlier, Larry. Did you say that it does do the if you don't get fourth, you don't move on thing? But I'm guessing if it does, that's more from a yeah, some of these stages are going to get more difficult thing, which I kind of get. Like I say, I get the reasoning for Mario Kart 64 doing it, just for like most purposes it's fine. Yeah, the whole point of doing the Grand Prix or whatever is for completion's sake in this game, for example, because you get the ultimate title or whatever, right? But like, oh, and you also get the mirror mode. Is it mirror mode? It's called extra mode in this game. I don't remember the difference. I don't think it's actually mirrored. I could be wrong though. Someone more familiar with Mario Kart 64 than me might know the answer to that one. But, yeah, I mean... It has its reasons for doing it, but for the purposes of something like this, where I just want to play the tracks, like, it is a bit of a pain. I mean, you've seen... I mean, I think the CPU is... By the way, Star in second is crazy. The CPU have mostly been fine. It's the vanilla Mario Kart 64 CPU are way worse. I think they might be toned down here a bit. Retrying does drop the AI difficulty and you're encouraged to avoid retrying to save your lives for the special stages. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. You know, the special stages should be for if you're really wanting to complete the game or whatever. If you're just wanting to see the tracks through Grand Prix mode, then there's not really much point. And as you say, by dropping the AI, you're going to get more training and you were just getting thrown back into it anyway, so... Yeah, it makes perfect sense in that scenario, I guess. Once again, if I was doing something like this, where I was running through every track of ring races back-to-back, I would use Versus mode and avoid that exact scenario, but... Again, an A-rank raises it back up. Okay. That was a fluke. I do not feel like at any point I deserve to get first there, but... Sure. Discord for a sec. Luckily I actually remembered to turn off pause when inactive on RetroWatch. I always forget to do that whenever I have to use it for stream. Toad doesn't sound like he smokes 50 a day. Don't worry, we will get a chance to play as Toad again when he does later on. But, I mean, I just love the here we go. Like, we'll get him Peach and Wario, the other two best. Don't worry, like that. It's a 4-pack of Toad, Luigi, Wario, and Peach. I think are the 4 that got re-recorded because they were just that bad. This is a nice little remix, to be fair. Like, I could foresee an alternate future where, an alternate past where, you know, and we did actually get retro tracks this early on. This totally feels like it fits. Like, I kind of wish we lived in this one because. But technically Super Circuit was the first, wasn't it? But Alpha was DS. Actually referring to them as retro tracks rather than just, hey, this game kind of plays like the other ones, so it's just going to be all tracks. I mean, of all the SNES Mario circuits, I feel like 3 works the best here as well, given the control scheme and everything. Like, this one is very drift heavy in the original game, so it works here as well when you're doing power sliding. Power sliding is what it is in this early game, it's not drift till later games. Because you quite literally are just sliding around the corners rather than just like, you know, lightly applying the brakes or whatever to get drift. See, every now and then when I do tracks like this, I feel like I've actually got the hang of it again. Oh, yeah, can you imagine if they did that with the 64DD? It's not even like that implausible of a thing they would have done. Green greens, hell yeah. Getting the start boost here might be yeah, it was catastrophic. Just as well I kind of bailed out of doing that drift there. Once again, keep forgetting there's tricks in this game. I mean, there's nothing... how do you reverse in this game? Wait, is that how you reverse? Seriously? Oh, yes, you do the 180 thing. Can I restart this track without getting penalised? I honestly don't know. Yeah, also not the music I expected. What? Oh, please just let the CPU, like, massively screw up. It's not my day. Yeah, I mean, this track on paper is a great idea. I'm already kind of not sure how I'm feeling about the level design of it. It feels very tight. Oh no, that's cruel. Okay, now I've changed my mind. This track sucks. Look at Green's track, perfect. You know, but what's there to complain about? In actuality, this is based on Kirby 64. Yes, very heavily. There's a lot of it here. It's kind of a giveaway more than the rest of it, though. I'm clearly meant to have a shroom for that cut, but I'm just so unbothered at this point. The thing is that, like, genuinely does feel like it caught me up, which a shroom cut should not do if you don't have a shroom. You should lose all your speed. take that really loosely this time. I mean, once you get used to it, it's fine, but it's much steep. It's way too steep a learning curve for the flower cup, you know? Also, proof that they toned the CPU down a bit in this version. If you ever wanted it, it's right there. Look at how easy it was to get back up, considering. Like, I've had some races where I just get hit at the beginning in the base Mario Kart 6, and that's it, you know? Then isn't it on brand for you to have a bad time? MK64, have I ever mentioned that? Name me... I have overrated game for 10, Steve. Here we. Wait, no, it's... Yes, I see that all the time, Pete. I'm going to read it properly in a second, but I kind of know what you're getting at. Did you see the meme about how Sonic fans went about Green Hill Kirby fans love this fucking tree? Absolutely, and it's true. See, that's the thing, like... I don't even hate the concept inherently of Green Hill coming back all the time, because most of the time, like... It's when they do the exact same layout, which they do all the time. Like, I didn't mind that Forces was in both... I kind of mind, but I didn't mind it was in both Mania and Forces, because both were different takes on it. Like, Green Hill and Mania shifts up quite quickly into a completely different format. And had they just done Sandhill, you know, Green Hill's looking a lot more like Sandhill. Had it just been Sandhill for the whole thing, I wouldn't necessarily have minded it. It's when they do twists on it that's cool. And Kirby does tend to do twists on it for the most part, so, you know. Like, as long as you do something unique with the concept each time, I don't inherently mind it coming back. But most people do, and I think that's fair. All things considered. That is true. Like, yeah, you're not really redesigning a stage from scratch. It needs new... Well, it does need new gimmicks, you know what I mean? It doesn't need, like, radically new ideas. So, as you say, like, you can put more into level design, right? Because you're not got to put so much into completely coming up with something from scratch. That's never the case. That's also not necessarily how game development works, so I get it, but... Yeah. Moan is always gonna moan. Beggars always be in those choosers, though. Ooh, I'm the best. Hey, at least this track actually has somewhat of a... I don't know how you describe it. It pulls you back when you're doing the tricks and going the wrong way, which... Tell you what, green screen's really good used. And that one there is not a good example, but the other couple, like, the game is physically pulling me back when I'm going too far the wrong way. I say, as that happens. How do I do this if I don't... I'm guessing I go over here. Yes, okay. Recovered. I must be so far ahead because they all keep failing that, because that is much slower. Anyway. Another slow cutscene. Let's go. The issue is, with RetroArch, as I've learned while setting this stream up, is it will just randomly crash if you restart, so I could very easily hit restart, but then it just crashes the emulator, which is really annoying to have to reopen it like 4 or 5 times. But at the same time, I am getting a little desperate, so I will try it. I don't think I've had a problem with RetroArch yet, just watch this. I told you. I told you it would happen. Oh, for goodness sake. And it just hangs my computer for a while as well. Every time it does it, so give me a second here. It so is time for my unskippable cutscene. Why can I now not search for it? Why is that illegal? Windows 11 is just the best. I don't know what you mean. Amped up. Yep. Yeet. Maybe it's time for your unskippable cutscene. Oh, it must be an N64 game. Oh, I just remembered it's going to remap my controls every time. Never mind. I can't do this every time. Oh, get ready. Alright, so I have to change B to the B button. It loads a remap, by the way. And it doesn't load the control remap, even though I ask it to every time. Right, so left bumper doesn't matter. Right bumper needs to be the L button. Left trigger Z. Right trigger is our shoulder. I have saved game remap, Hilary, it doesn't work. Because there's already a different game remap, as you can see, and it just doesn't... Fine, I'll just do it this way. BB, L shoulder, that's fine. Yeah, I did this earlier, and some other override loads instead, which forces this to not load. It's really annoying. Hopefully that's the last time I have to reboot the stupid retro. Right. Get ready. Here we go. Yes, Wario Stadium. Okay. Secret Slide as well. That's another classic of Mario Kart 64 mods. Oh, nearly got the boing. Not inherently a great track for this, as I'm kind of finding out right now. The drifts at the start there don't... Oh, it doesn't have trick points as well. Like, okay. Yeah, I feel like the drifts are just going to be a bit too tight for this system. No, they work. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, I don't know. Alright, we'll give it a bit more of a chance. Why do I just get them sometimes and other times I don't? Like, hello? Yeah, like there, but the issue with track design in Mario Kart 64 is so often you just, like I say, the drifting's not quite what it is in later games. So it's very much in Super Mario Kart you can do it, but it's more intended as just like a get round corners rather than you have to do this to get speed or whatever. Super Circuit's kind of the same. This game's like the in-between. It's like, you're clearly meant to do it because the game incentivizes and actively shows you there's mini turbos, but then you just can't do it around some corners. Even in the base game, like, it's just impossible to drift around everything unless you have, like, really tight timing. Like, you can insta-charge turbos and stuff, but it is really difficult. The thing is, like Mario Raceway, like, a great track in later games, and I like it in this game as well, but you just can't drift around it. The game, it's like a weird in-between of, like, you know, Double Dash just goes all in on that sort of track design. This game feels like it leans into it and then just goes... really know what to do with it. Like, you can do this drifting thing, but half the time I'll just make you jump around the corners instead. Like, enjoy. You designed it with this mechanic in mind, most of these tracks, so why can't I do it? I mean, I don't think either of these packs have the deleted at the last minute town track, but that's like the worst candidate for it. Like, you just can't do it around any of that track, and that track was in the game till the last minute. Like, at least some of the rest of them had a bit more foresight. I don't know why I did that. I keep thinking I can press X to look behind me, and I have future Mario Kart brain rot. Kiki Kai Kai Shrine. I have no idea what the theming of this is. See, my brain inherently, from looking and listening, wants to go Pocky and Rocky, and I'm like, is that in any way relevant to the N64? Obviously there's like Kikis, I think, in Mario in general, right? But that doesn't look like a Mario character design, so it makes me think it's based on something. Anyone, Oh, I guess it's N64, it could be, what's it called? Goemon. There you go. Maybe? I don't know. Google. I realise that's gonna... The smart assistant's gonna be going nuts with that one. Oh? I really like that this pack has, like, the effects changing between laps. Like, that's definitely something that's not in the original game. It's a really cool little part. I know the third track in the first pub did as well, didn't it? There's a really nice little effect from future Mario Kart games that you wouldn't think you could cram onto an N64, but as we know, at this point, you absolutely can. It also does make me think lightning's hitting every time it does it, though. Sadly, this mod, and I don't think the other one either, turns down the lightning stuff with how much it flashes. Like, I think it's on par with... I think it's on par with the main game, although American version toned it down a bit from memory. I think it's on par with the American version of Mario Kart 64 and therefore gears and stuff. Oh, and then hold onto it, not like go immediately. Oh, I actually got someone. Bingo! They love bingo in this game, bless them. All the characters say it. Nice. Well, that was the second race? Right? Yeah, I guess third was something we were looking forward to, I think. Can't remember. Oh yeah, Secret Slide. Is that the Mario Galaxy Star jingle? Yes, for first it is. It's a different Mario Karts for every other placement, I think. But yes, first is Mario Galaxy. It's really cool. I think more heavily based on the version from 1 rather than 2's. See, this is always a really good idea of custom track. Once again, a little concerned with the sliding system in this game, but I think they've upscaled the map a little bit, like versus Mario 64, to where it feels fine. I just always worry about like no barriers, really narrow straights on tracks like these in some of these earlier games. But, like I think they've made the track big enough to kind of have it not be a problem seemingly. That's cool. That was not even. I didn't correct it in time. And the CPUs went ham. That's fine, we got them back up. All those. Wait, oh, there was a lightning while I was off the track. That was a shock dodge. I'm actually a apology. You go back through the... Oh, you go back through the secret painting! There you go, that's fun. Oh. That was way too close. So much cooler than the CGP7 version. Yeah, this is great. I think... Did we play it on the CGP stream? I know I played it at my own time before because, as I mentioned before, I did do all the gold stuff. But... I don't think I played it on stream, but yeah, this is so much cooler, as you say, so... And, hey, inherently cooler because it's also on the N64, which, you know, platform of origin for these custom tracks always makes them way cooler, like a Galaxy track in C2GP, which I can't remember if that exists or not. I don't think that's a 3D land track in C2GP7, but, like, representing the home console is really fun for custom tracks for me personally, like... I want to like that Splatoon track way better that's in CTGP, but it just sucks ass. CTGP Deluxe, but it just sucks ass, doesn't it? It is just an import of the original map, and someone just put some lines on it and went, there you go, of course. Like, if it was a real Splatoon 2 map, like, awesome. I love when multiple... Yes, Smash Remix is the absolute go for that. I'd love to do some more Smash Remix on stream at some point, but... I mean, they stopped updating it, which is understandable. It's a huge game, so it makes sense they kind of ran out of ideas and time and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm still sad that every like 4 or 5 months I don't get a little trailer in my inbox with new characters. They were always so well made. Yeah, more console or more time era relevant stuff, please. I love that. Like backporting stuff is fine and cool. Like, oh, Mario Kart Wii had a cool track. I want to put in DS or whatever. But like, I love it when it's like, oh yeah, look, here's this DS game that was really popular at the time. We put that in instead, and like, vice versa with the Mario 64 crossover. Like, it fits it very well, unsurprisingly. There is a lot of Mario 64 stuff already in this game, so it's kind of right at home, you know. Hey, nice and long as well. It could just be like 30 seconds, like the actual secret slide is in the base game. Also, don't let go of the A button. Short subs for tomorrow done. Very nice. Out on the back. Finished your editing for like 2 hours or something, I don't know. Yeah, Smash Remix. I mean, all of the characters are era appropriate. Like, obviously there's a bunch that are in. Oh god, why this track? Really? I say that. Let them cook. we had this with CTGP Deluxe last week where I was like, there's just some tracks I don't like and then they fix them, so you never know. I don't have hope, but... yeah, the way worse name alone. The one time I think the European localization kind of fucked up all these games is Cooper City. What a boring name. That was clutch. Also, I kind of get it because of the remix of Toad's Turnpike. Like, okay, they redeemed it. We're back. Yeah, like I think all of the Smash Remix characters, even if they're backported from Brawl, for the most part, okay. For the most part, are N64 era-ish. The one exception is Lucas, right? But you could argue that he would have potentially been on the 64 DD given enough time anyway, so I don't know. I do respect Nintendo's adherence to original names. Does not happen in these months, however. They always target the American version. Which, you know, in older ones like this, when 60Hz thing was fair, but like... Mario Kart Retro Rewind. So like, the main mod, CTGP Revolution, that everyone used for that for like 10 plus years, did have all of the regional naming, including Japanese and translations and stuff. Retro Rewind doesn't have any of that, and it does make me a little sad, to be honest. Love it when I render a 30-second black screen. I don't have anything to say to that, that was just rough. I actually didn't know that, Alari. That was really cool. I mean, like, there's certain cases where I'd honestly get if they stopped. Like, Star Fox 64 is one of those instances where I'm like, if you just stop calling it Star Fox 64 at this point, I'd understand. So, you know, I get it if they just gave it up at this point. They don't, and I kind of got to respect that all the same. Final opinion on this track since on the last thing, still meh. That's not awful here. Like I said, the same thing applies as Secret Slide in that upscaling the track in size a little bit makes it all the better, but still not one of my goats personally. We did it. We won the GP. I'm not watching the cutscene. No, I'm not going to get my trophies. This is so awful. Please. Oh, for fuck's sake. I should just reopen RetroArch every time and just preempt this. Encoding overload. Yeah, it's because a program's crashing and deciding it wants to take down my entire computer with it every time. Fast forward. I didn't think of that. That's a really good point. History, amped up. Let's turn on fast forward real quick. How do I do that again? Come on. Let's see if it remembered my control room map, by the way. It actually did. Okay. Well, I just had to resave it. Thanks, Larry. Oh, it's just default on space. I might have turned it off. I'll double check. Where is it? It's in main menu here, isn't it, or something? Or settings? Input. Oh, is it hotkeys? Fast forward. Okay, it is. Thank you. I will do that this time. Not what I want to do. Please don't say it. It didn't have an IP or anything, did it, please? Maybe because I'm not playing much of these modded tracks and played a lot of Mario Kart 64 in those days, but these levels were like missing some of the charm. I mean, inherently, it's never going to be as polished as the base game. That's kind of the half of the... You know, it's a fan thing. Like, it's never going to be to the level of standard that the company put in, like, over 3 years in developing the game or whatever. So it's just more like... I don't know. I like seeing the creativity of fans and all that sort of stuff. And even if they're not perfect levels, I just like seeing what people can put together. It makes a difference from playing the same game billions of times over, and that's kind of why I've been doing it on these streams, rather than just going, Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8, Mario Kart 8. Oh, I found someone to play Mario Kart 64 with me. Mario Kart 8, Mario You know, that's why I've been varying it up a little bit here. I mean, I like the... I feel like they have a different charm inherently to... Like, I still think there is some charm about this. Like, oh, they thought of this idea and they executed it, given, you know, the tools they'll have are way worse than what Nintendo had back in the day. So I think there's, like, a different level of impressiveness to them than, like, what shipped the game or whatever. That's what's interesting to me, personally. Drifting underwater is really weird. Are you able to do that in the base game? I don't even know if that's a thing in any Mario Kart 64 track that I can think of. But by the way, really cool idea for a track, because I've seen like billions of Mario Kart 60, also Super Mario 64 tracks in these games before. Also, so I missed. Yeah, I see. Never heard that one. That's new on me. Yeah, Wario's the best. You gotta save the best till last. Yeah, I've seen loads of these, but I've never seen Hazy Maze Cave, and I feel like that makes the most sense. I say as this kind of sucks, and shell. Where the fuck am I even going? I'm going this way, I guess. Lesson learned, don't fall off. Okay. I was need-praising this track as that happened. Who even hit me? Huh? Following the arrows might be a clue, I guess, but... What, so just stand here? I went through them, so what, I have to come to a dead standstill to do that? Okay. That's a little baffling, but I get the vision. If I managed to drive into every single banana, it's my talent at this point. Hello, moderator. Making sure you're not sneezing. Baffling is Mario 64's whole thing. True, thank you. If the other mod wasn't slacking right now and was here, he'd hear some great Wario sound effects. Not true. There are more mods. Drifting weird underwater. Have I said that yet? Same thing here. Really have a hankering to play it? Well, make sure you, what is it? I'd say PC port. Depends on how much effort you have to set it up, but I'm sure people just offer the download as is now. Like, you're meant to compile it and do all this stuff, but like, I guarantee you there's just an easy download link for it all nowadays. There you go, nice little playthrough idea. It would be a bit different from playing Mario 64 normally, I guess. Oh, great. I only have time to play games when I'm recording. See? Free playthrough. I am making a mockery of this track, but in fairness, this is a special cup track. This feels on par with the base game, in that the hard ones go in special, and this is a hard track. So I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Against all the odds, I have actually caught someone. I can do that, that's nice. Here we go. Come on, Wario. You got this. How did I spin out? I was going in a straight line minus what the mushroom was taking again. So the way that I went is technically a shortcut over this. I'm gonna move around. It's a kind of cool little shortcut. It's a shame that you're forced to take a shortcut if you... It's not like right design. You're forced to take the shortcut if you fall down. I somewhat recovered that. Leg's already going numb. Not a good sign. Come on. Okay. Yeah, I got 0 points, but I'm moving on. Yoshi's Riverbed. So I can zoom really far out, I think I showed off before, like, you cannot see anything like this. I don't know why you would do that, but like, I kind of like one in, but this is where I normally play on the base game. I always zoom the camera out when given the option on Mario Kart 64. It feels faster. Like, I know it's not, but it just slightly increases the sense of speed when it's a bit zoomed out. Not shaped like a Yoshi, sure. I forget shells ping in a weird way sometimes. was like, oh, this is gonna be such a good trick shot. I'm gonna look so cool, taking out the Yoshi after being made fun of for the same comment like 5 years after, when I always knew it was a damn Yoshi. It was sarcasm. Here we go. Alright, doing a bit better here. I'm liking this track. This is pretty fun. Giving very reminiscent of like DK's Jungle Parkway. Also, I don't know why I'm sitting like this, because it's inherently a stupid idea to put the loud GameCube controller next to the microphone, so I do apologise somewhat. Some people might like that sort of thing, but you know, as someone with I was going to say good audio, I don't have good audio, that is far from the truth, but as someone who cares about audio, it does make my brain explode a little bit, but I feel like I have bigger fish to fry in that regard, like randomly the microphone topping out all the time, and the pop filter not doing its job of filtering pops sometimes for some reason. This year was going to be the year I looked into a new mic setup, and then you can guess what Nintendo-shaped product decided to hoover all my money. Well, once I think I talked about it before, the way I'm doing Switch 2, which by the way is our lead in to the weekly chat about Switch 2 game prices, if anyone's interested. What was I going to say? I've been putting aside, like, I get paid bi-weekly, so I've been putting aside bi-weekly for it. So, like, once that settles down, I get back a bit more bi-weekly money or whatever. Like, I can start looking into the audio stuff again, I guess, but there's always, like, a really twisted road in my stocks. People are like, just get an AT2020 or whatever the normal solution always is. It's like, it's not that easy. Half the time people get AT2020s just because they're told it's the best, and they sound like absolute dog water. Like, they're just not... They inherently need configuring, and they're not configured, and they're not in the right environment, and it's just like an echoey mess. Like, oh, it's better, because someone on YouTube told me it's better. It's like, yeah, you just need the environment for it. So I'm not just jumping into the deep end and doing that. Like, I know people who have them who have some of the worst audio I know of on Twitch, because they have no volume balancing to speak of, and no, like, loudness filter. I just tune into their stream, and, like, most of the time they're quiet, and then they blow my ears out. It's like, I do that sometimes as well, but to a much worse degree, because I actually have stuff on to counter it. Unlike some people. But yeah, Irony of Yoshi Circuit being one of my favourite retro tracks, I can't vote for it without looking like I'm taking the piss. See, I think I joked about it whenever we last played it, because once again, it's in all these packs. When it was on DS, I legitimately didn't know it was shaped like a Yoshi. It was only when it came to other things that I'd actually realised it. Because I never pressed the bottom screen button on DS, and you can only see the full map when you do that. So, as a result, I kind of never looked at it, and it's not inherently just by like, oh, the way that right's shaped means it's a Yoshi or whatever. Like, it's not obvious, which I guess is why it becomes an ironic fact to people. It's like, of course you would notice a Yoshi. Like, yeah, if you play it in Double Dash, it's really obvious. But like on DS, like I just never knew that until it came to like having played Double Dash. I think probably would have been where I saw it before Mario Kart 8 or whatever. This on the decomp, it is not. But welcome, King. This is just emulated. It's emulated with like widescreen and 60 FPS and stuff. Sadly, no PC port from decomp yet. I don't know whether people are doing that. Why would you? The full map on DS gives you less information. That's exactly it. That's why I never turned it on. So therefore, I just never realised it was in the shape of a Yoshi. Which, you know, is inherently funny if I'm like 20 or something, but I was like 8 maximum. Also, I'm playing it with an actual good controller at least. I'm using GameCube. I was going to use an N64 controller, which, unlike most people, I don't hate the N64 controller. I think it's fine, especially for a game like this. But I don't know, I was using a PS5 controller and I was like, nah, this doesn't feel right. This was how I originally played Mario Kart 64 because I had it on Virtual Console. So, something about using an N64 controller is... Oh, sorry, something about using a GameCube controller for N64 stuff, depending on the game, is quite nice. We'd sing mini-turbos in 64? 64 has mini-turbos, they just don't look like this. Like, it acts the exact same, it's just a bit more obvious what direction you're going in, or how charged it is, I guess. They're useless though, they're not that bad. I think they're buffed a little bit here. Also, I'm playing as the boy, and we do have the Japanese voice track on, which most people associate with a weeaboo, but I associate in this game with some of the worst voice acting you've ever seen. So he's got his Mario Party voice clips. Really? Okay. By the way, people talk about Glover as like such a universal thing, because like it took off in America. I had no idea until like a couple years ago, like 2 years ago maybe, that it was made by the Oliver twins. It's like such an omitted part of the game. It's just Glover, the Scrimblow Blimblow N64 platformer. Like, had no idea, because it's not important, because Americans literally have no idea who that is. It's like, huh, I never knew that. That's kind of interesting. It's weird that well, I mean, unsurprisingly, it got scrubbed from all the American advertising. They put it on a console with no analog stick? Yeah, what can go wrong, right? What does this do? Oh, it turns on it turns on a fan. I've never played it. I don't think I would enjoy it, but maybe one day. I know it's got its charm, but it is the definition of Scrimblow Bimblow for me. Unfortunately, sorry to the Scrimblow Bimblow N64 fans, but not of the right generation. One day banjo-kazooie will click. One day. America seemed to love the N64 more than other regions. It's almost like it wasn't taboo to like Nintendo in America, generally, even to the current day, whereas it is absolutely taboo until like maybe the Switch. But even then, I feel like most kids are still going, Switch. A child console compared to like PS4 or whatever. PS5. Oh man. It's a PS5 now, Dumbo. You know what I mean? Like, definitely, I was definitely on the down low when the Switch first came out, when I actually got one. It was inherently not cool. Whereas in America, it's just like, oh yeah, everyone loves Nintendo. Like, greatest company ever, saved gaming, etc. And it's like, nah, very much always been big Xbox, PlayStation region, like, the second they dropped. I think N64 was a good console. I don't think that's that controversial. Anyone who had an N64 liked it. I think it had, because Nintendo already had a huge brand reputation, that it had a good market share, whereas Nintendo had decent brand reputation by Super Nintendo, but then Sony had way more for being Sony, and also dumping stupid amounts of Sony money into marketing it. So, yeah, it was that. Yeah, I feel like Xbox, I mean, by the time I was leaving school, as we all know, I am a baby child or whatever, by the time I left school, it was still like really big Xbox territory, which is really weird, because no one bought the Xbox One, depending on, you know, it's really easy to rewrite gaming history, of course. You can just say what you like, if it's your opinion, and most of the time people just believe it at face value. No one had an Xbox One, even though it was still way more successful than the Wii U or whatever. But I knew one person with a Wii U, and literally everyone I knew had an Xbox One over a PS4, so it does happen. And I was actually I got one, because I used the PS4 to actually play stuff I was interested in, and the Xbox One to play multiplayer, because that was what everyone had. I knew maybe 2 to 3 people with a PS4 versus like 30 plus, so yeah. Original Xbox was great for multiplayer shooters. I mean, yeah, no, that's pretty much what it benefited on. Time Splitters wasn't everything though, so it's just a case of Time Splitters was the most popular there. It's like when PlayStation people say, like, we had the best games, like Tomb Raider, like, fuck off, half of those run other consoles. Doom 3 gave me a nightmare. Is Doom 3 just a general nightmare to play? That's always the consensus I hear, is that it's not very good. I mean, as with everyone and their mother, I've been playing Doom the Dark Ages, not been able to play it for a few days, because I've basically spent my entire day today waiting, long story, but I hope to get back to it soon. Very good game. I mean, it's been getting a lot of flack online, but like Eternal got the same flack for daring to differentiate from Doom 2016, and it's kind of the same thing. Everyone hated Eternal when it came out, and then it was suddenly the greatest game in like a year. I assume Dark Ages would be the same thing, because it's just like, Eternal was drastically different in Eternal was drastically different in all the platforming stuff, and like the difference in slightly less arena shootery, whereas so far Dark Ages is mostly just going back to being a shooter with loads of tacked on shooter elements or whatever. So people will go, "Where's the platformer?" Whereas people are like, "Where's the shooter?" Last time, so they always take a while for people to come around to them. Oh, yeah, right. Fast forward. It's still way too slow for my liking, but I guess this is the fastest it can handle. Wait, why am I waiting? I think that's it. Do I get credits? No. Okay. Next hack. Okay, let me... Oh, sorry for knocking the mic. Let me just go over to the next one. Alright, come on. Hey, let me double check. Did that netplay thing have my IP? No. Cool. Was there anything worth doing before I did this? Don't think so. History. Here we go. Right. OverKart. Let's go, hopefully. This one actually has achievements, by the way. Technically, Amped Up does. It's just for a really old version of the game. Here you go, OverKart 64. This is the other main mod, focusing way more on original tracks, I believe. Amped Up's definitely the slightly more polished one, but this one has some cool features nonetheless. Anyway, so here we are. This is a slightly more normal menu screen versus the other one, which had like different background, different music, etc. I'm gonna go to options real quick. Game mode. What are the options here? Red coin or gold coin? No idea what that is. Stats equal, as you can see here. GPU is advanced. Cool. How do I move thing? I had no plans to bring up the Switch 2 tonight. King joined, so that could still happen. I can change the audio mode. I'm going to change it back to USA. Widescreen on, anti-aliasing on. No cheat status on this one. I have the same settings set. It's just this one doesn't call me a cheater for it. Because this is the default setting here for the equal racer stats. Alright, Grand Prix. Right, so back on English as you can see, so we can repeat characters and stuff. This one has a total of 6, right? Yeah, 6 cups. So, suppose you didn't turn items off. I was thinking about it, but Mario Kart 64 doesn't have an option to by default, so I'm just leaving them on. YouTube keeps recommending me one of those Nintendo channels that hates Nintendo, so I'm kind of fed up with the topic. What's his name? There's like a couple of these. Arlo Borders on it. Is it Dimitri by any chance? YouTube fucking loves that channel on my YouTube. Right, here we go. Look at these great custom tracks. Nah. Yeah, I hope you like Mario 64 because we got a lot of it. We're going with Yoshi just because we didn't get to play as him because he has the same voice between versions. Why are you not loading? You worked earlier. I say that, I actually didn't test custom tracks. That's actually completely frozen the emulator, so... good night, hey guys? Love it round here. Never a dull moment, right? Surprisingly not, huh? I mean, I think most Nintendo channels currently hate Nintendo. TBH, which, like, you find shoveling any old shit down during the Switch era, so why is it suddenly a problem now? Actually, to be fair, most of them weren't. Most of them complained. Didn't know how good you had it, guys. Right, second try. This does... It has some options that I set that I'm wondering if it's causing the crashes, maybe. I have to get stuck on the screen. You didn't buy it, right? No, sir. You never buy this mod. I swear. There's like some renderer options. Here we go. Mode. Yeah, it asked me when I booted it for the first time, was I HLE or LLE? Maybe that's something to do with it, if I do that. We'll try it first of all here. Wait, is it not thingied by... I think it has. My remap for this game, it did seem to do it. Right, Yoshi. No? Oh wait, no, there we go. Okay, it was that. I don't know what dead hamster means. I'm guessing that's the person who made the track and not an ominous, like, threat. So I'm guessing... Oh yeah, by the way, I'm back to 30 FPS. I'm a little sad. There's no option for 60 here. This is more like a CTG style hack. It's just a hack by different groups of people, so it's just more... Like, both have their own custom modes and things like that. But, I don't know, just both of them are at different states. Amped Up's like way more mature in like custom features, whereas this has more custom tracks, so to say. Like, it's a little difficult to make direct comparisons to other things. Like, I think the tracks in general as well are a bit more polished in the case of the other one. I didn't even know you could cut down trees. Yeah, like, it's a little difficult. It's just two different teams doing two different things, basically. I think that's just the easiest way to describe it. Yeah, this track's already not driving too great, but, yeah. I wanted to give this one a look as well. I've not played any of these, so I have, like, no experience with any of them. Oh, okay. Game's taking pity on me. Can you tell the CPUs are a bit more in line with actual base game Mario Kart 64, because they're kicking my ass and not giving me any mercy this time? I say that, I have actually caught up. Only took 2 stars. Mushrooms now, though. I mean, I've got the lay of the land a bit better, so I've kind of made a bit of distance. This turn here is just awful. I mean, obviously I'm not meant to do that, but even still, like, it's a bit extreme, guys. Come on. Once again, can I say I'm really thankful for the existence of a little feature known as Continue, regardless of if you sucked. Yes, I know I got 8th. You can let me skip. What on earth was up with that preview, though? I mean, if you were talking about like actual game speed, this is still 150. This is the base game speed. I don't know if it's because I'm zoomed out or whatever. Okay, we're going this way. I'm so used to going the other way when playing the actual game. Music is very basic, though. I'm a little surprised. We'll just do what we can with some of these tracks. Wait, what? I have to make that jump? Huh? It's a bit dickish, isn't it? Wait, what am I doing wrong here? Wait, am I meant to be going this way? Why can't I go upwards if I'm meant to go this way? Wait, huh? Why couldn't you climb the mountain? Did they just import the model from Mario 64 and just not get rid of that? It's really odd to me. I'm guessing both of these must be just like model imports then, with like adjustments made after the fact. It's really funny to me. Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm thinking. Like that's the part of Bob on Battlefield that I think of most. It's like Womp's Fortress about climbing up the tower. Like, what's the point? Wait, did I skip? Is this not lap 3? Did I not skip? Oh no. It's fine. That's fine. Everything's fine. It's it. Don't talk to me about it. Well, another 8 secured. I was assured this was a really good track. Also, this game doesn't take pity on you and finish the race if you're way too far behind, like every other Mario Kart game does. So I'm pretty sure I have to sit this through. Okay, at least that took me behind the line. I don't even know how the last one happened. How did it put me that far over? Like, surely it has a key check. Oh, I'm guessing it doesn't have a key checkpoint system like future games. I don't remember how Mario Kart 64's work. If only I paid more attention to the summoning salt. Like, I clearly guess it's not that advanced enough to... Oh, right, going up the mountain again. Making the rookie error. I need to use these mushrooms, but I've concluded a long time ago that it doesn't matter. And with that... Oh no. How do I spin out after finishing? That's like a new talent. Fishing for content, yeah. Fishing for any good remnants. Oh good, dead hamster. Good sign. Boo. get better material. I'm solely relying on the mini-map for this, because what is this? Okay, so it is just kind of a weird figure eight, like very lopsided figure eight, basically. Here we go. Poor Toad. I think I caused that. I looked away for a second. Was there a banana though? I just didn't see. I'm gonna guess there is, but I'm a little confused. This is the bully map then? Bully. Bully Cup. So no tricks, I'm guessing? Yeah. Just as a thing in this game as far as I can tell. Makes sense, how the original game was. It's this way, right? Nope, it's not this way, it's the other way. I can't read. But you come to the end of these long corridors and you really can't really... You can drift around them, but I mean, it's precise. You can't take that car. I feel like I should be able to take that corner really tight, but I can't. You know, almost like these are somewhat unpolished tracks. I don't really have anything to add to this. Like, you can see what it is, but it's pretty basic, and yet no lack of visibility, I guess, because it's MK64, so I can't really see that far ahead of me. It's once again where the mini-map's coming in. So one of the CPUs is ahead and just kind of cut round. Can you do that? Can you just go left there and then left again? I don't even have to go around. Is that a genuine shortcut? If so, that's semi-genius, did you intend for that? I have no idea why the game let me catch up there. That was not deserved in any way, but fine. Also, you can tell it's a GameCube controller because for some reason my joystick doesn't center properly, and you can see I kind of can shift it backwards and forwards with minimal effort. I don't know why, the driver I use just does that. Oh, Mushroom Valley has nothing to do with Super Mario 64, sorry. Oh, isn't this Mario vs. Luigi? This track's fun. Oh, don't think I'm hitting podium? Was I aiming for podium? I just said I wanted to finish it. When the fun stops. Oh, it's a surprise! It's a compilation. What's the word? Not duet. Oh, for fuck's sake! Medley, that's the word. I'm on the verge. Oh, fuck off! You just can't go near the middle of the track. Hey, looks like a Mario 2 in the background. I can't go this way. It would be a cool shortcut, but no, not allowed. Wait, it does have tricks? By the way, I can play it with real Mario Kart track again, so I don't have to avoid like 50% of the middle of the track. Like, it was actually going well on this very first straight. That's like when it all went wrong. The problem with this game is sometimes I can see these things coming, and I just try and move out the way and don't have a fun time of it. The amount of times I've driven into bananas, I've seen that coming, and I start trying to move, and I just don't do it in time. How many custom tracks does this add? 6 cups. This is the 3rd track of the first cup, so make of that what you will. Even the CPUs aren't dodging it. It's alright, we're back in the game. What was that about not getting podium? I'm actually a pro. Long stream time? We got through 4 in like an hour on the last one, so as long as we don't keep getting shafted like we are here. Not long till the next MK then. Indeed, just talking about this a little bit ago, 2.5 weeks. Gonna be fun times when it does drop. Say that, I don't really think anyone who watches these Mario Kart Monday streams is going to be getting it, so I'll be doing online matches on my own for the most part. Gonna miss 8DX? As I said, I'll be coming back to 8DX. Like, there'll still be plenty of people in the same position as you already who'll come back to it. Shall not be get. You'll get it eventually. Maybe mid-July or August. Yes, exactly. Oh, the party beast continues. I was actually recovering from the awful race, and then I was like, nah. Actually, fuck you. You can't even, like... At least, like, Toad's Turnpike or whatever, you can clip the corners of the car and be fine. It's just if you go right in the middle of it. So to have full grasp of Mario. I had full grasp of Mario Kart 8, I mean, you didn't have fun, you know? I do know you. I've seen that race. Bold statement. Oh, bad placement, unfortunately. Oh no. The fast forward button. What the fuck is the HUD on screen for? Because I failed? Okay. What was the HUD there for? Please explain to me. Great, well, who have we not played as? We did Yoshi, because we not played as him? We not played as Mario, so... Let's go Mario. Okay. Looks like business as usual as far as... Oh, the name you don't want to see. I get the feeling that name might be on a lot of these tracks. I'm just going to be getting used to it. See, do you remember what I said about this game and really thin platform scares me? Well... okay. Huh? Oh yeah, you know that thing we've been prompting you to avoid for the rest of the race? Go on it. Okay? But, you know, I still fully intend to play Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, even if it's just like small sessions or whatever, as I said. There'll at least be one a month into World on the stream. Sure, there'll be like opportunity to do it all offline as well. By the way, this red is super bright, and that's a really weird complaint. With Mario's red or whatever, but like, it just feels really bright and like it's burning my retina for something. I have lights on, like, what? I don't understand how it feels like this. I don't know if it's just because it's red on grey or whatever, on an otherwise quite dark level. I can't believe that's like such. I don't ever want to be mean to track designers or whatever, but it does not feel like good track design to avoid this, and then by the way, you actually need to drive on it to continue the race. Like, look, this is clearly signalling to me they are like there's no punishment seemingly for not being on the carpet, but the signal is stay on the carpet. Why is that then just a section of the track where to progress you aren't meant to stay on the carpet? It doesn't compute. By the way, notice how, because of no cliff, I can actually just drift now. And not worry about falling off all the time. Man, this track's fine just because it's not anywhere near as hair-tearing as the last few. Oh, it's not a good track. Right, I've worked for this. Wario is, of course, taken it, but a second, whatever. By far the worst part was the music. Could we have a longer loop? A crumb of more than 5 seconds, please. Wario number 1 after all. It's clearly Wario's world and we're all living in it. Look at the standings. I mean, it's only the first race, but this will not change. What? Why is SpongeBob's pineapple there? What does this have to do with Yoshi? Oh, this one doesn't even bother with custom music. That's fair enough. I mean, this is a ghosted track anyway. This is very long looking. So what is this? Just... No, it can't be an import of a Mario Party track, because N64 Mario Party is, like, JPEGs. I think, it's not JPEGs, but it's like an image file for the boards. Like, it's nothing too fancy. Unless it's like a later Mario Party, I'm not really sure where the model is from, or what it's aping exactly. It's an import of... Oh! I remember them having swamps on Epstein Island. I could be wrong though. Might be... Google Maps might not have got that from above, to be fair. Maybe they got some, like, exclusive pictures. And why SpongeBob's house? That still doesn't explain it. The hidden track? Look, Mario Kart 64 would have been a very different game. Oh, again? I always miss that bridge. SpongeBob was on the list. I mean, Woody was on the list. It's not out of the realms of possibility. No, Tom Kenny wouldn't do that to us. How's the weather been down yours anyway? Very nice day today, I'd say. I mean, I'm gonna say so far, but it's like, well, if it changes, I can't really see it, short of it starting to rain or whatever. But like, oh, it's been a really nice day, a nice couple of days, to be honest. Can't complain too much. Has it been diabolical there then? Is this what this is leading up to? Yeah, like, nice couple of days. Went out yesterday. Been out, but, you know, like, for the shops kind of out today. It's been very nice. But yesterday was a really good one. It's meant to be cloudy today, but now sunny. It was meant to be sunny yesterday, but now cloudy until like 4 o'clock. Oh, mamma mia. That's a spicy spaghetti or something like that. Jokes have left the building after after the last few tracks. What is that? Since I was a CPU this brutal, since 1997 and the release of Mario Kart 64, they've always been really bad in this game. And you wouldn't have been here for most of the thing, but one of the big things these mods do is they disable the whole "if you're not in 4th, you lose" thing. Like, you can't continue in the base game unless you get 4th. So you would have suffered through those first 4 tracks many, many times had these mods not introduced that as a nice quality of life feature. Toad Town Sewer. Once again, I like period-relevant custom tracks. This is inherently a fun idea. Not too often you see a... No, Toad Town's... Toad Town's 64, yeah. I'm like, I don't trust Paper Mario fans. This feels 1,000 Year Door, but no, Toad Town's 64, of course. I just don't remember there being sewers. There clearly was. No, there was. There was like a hidden box down there or something. Now I'm thinking about it. Sorry, got too much Super Mario RPG on the brain. I only just finished it the other day, okay? It is. I know it's a baby's first RPG, but I did not realize it was a short baby's first RPG. Like, I finished it in under 10 in-game hours. I think I finished it in like 7. Like, I didn't realize it was that short. No one ever talks about that, but they talk about how easy it is. So it's like, yeah. I was on normal, and like, even then, I don't think I ever really used special attacks because physical attacks. Opinion? Really good game. Like, not too much to complain about. Like as I said, it is a very basic RPG, but when you're playing other SNES, Final Fantasy, that's the thing. It just is easy to draw comparisons because it's Square, and you know, then other Mario RPGs are way more complex. But it's like, I don't think it's trying to. It inherently draws the people play this instead of Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy's better. It's kind of just because it's the same company. It's kind of not the point. The point is to pay attention to the cast and the locations and the characters and the music, etc. Like, it is an RPG, but the role-playing part is a way bigger part of it than the turn-based part of it, you know. Of that era, people just kind of forget that can still be an RPG just because it's not. You know, it's Square, so it's got to be as complex as Final Fantasy VI, right? Like, no. So it catches hands because of that, like, so often. Like, certain... Did I hit my own blue shell? Certain individuals who host remix-based shows often go on the crusade against the game, for example, because it is too simple and basic, and people who play it should just play Final Fantasy instead. It's literally not the point of the game. The point of the game is the characters and the world building, etc. Like, it's very much trying to be a small, palatable thing to get you into other games. But believe it or not, you can still play small, palatable things to get you into other games after you've gotten into them and experienced the charm of them. Yeah, it has no reason to have Final Fantasy levels of complexity, so I've never got that argument to it. Like, yeah, sure, even Paper Mario has more depth to it and whatever. That game is, you know, depth should not be something that comes to mind when you think of the term paper. Paper is quite literally the opposite of depth, and yeah, it has way more. So, I don't know. I think it was neat. Like, it did not challenge me at all, both gameplay or make me question the meaning of life, and that's entirely the point of it. That can be okay. You know, I still thought it was like a solid 4 out of 5. I had a great time with it. By the way, this track's okay at best. Could have ended with the other one. Would have been like, oh, this is so good. I'm so relieved. Or whatever, you know, and instead I'm like, bit of a wet fart to end on, isn't it? Remix is mid. That's par for the course. I think I still got one more, haven't I? Right? Oh, please let that be the last. No. Okay, third of the way through. Speaking of mid, I get the feeling this track isn't going to progress much beyond this, is it? Oh, I know. Give it time. It is getting there. We are actually going to the proper track. I thought we were just going to do a couple of instruments. There's an MK World sneak peek. Nah, this is better than MK World. What do you mean? This is clearly the game MK World wants to be. I don't know what you mean. Where's the river? I mean, it's a different track, but it is meant to be based on the same one, so I guess it is technically relevant. Why is my blue tail so slow? Like, hurry up! Oh, why am I keeping pace with... There we go. So... Wasn't that Bowser? How am I behind Bowser? Hello? Position tracking moment? This is why, what's it called? Yoshi Valley doesn't have position tracking because it bugs like this? Like, what? But this is like straight lines. Oh yeah, it's called DK Jungle River. Hang on a minute, you're right. Forgot about that. So 1 second of river. Make it count. Okay, so I am actually counted as being ahead of Bowser now. Look how far first is ahead. Yeah, they're not slowing down. Not the Gophers. It's like Bowser overtook me again. Like, I swear I've not seen anyone. I've seen those guys, but apparently they're behind me. This position tracking is an absolute mess. Like, it's such a basic track, I don't get how it's bugging like this so badly. And yet, this is the world I find myself awakening in. That was sketch, but at least I survived it with my dignity somewhat intact. Fortunately, shells take forever to fire in this game. How naughty of them to be in this track, at least. Whoops, I hit my fast forward button. I am so clumsy. And yet again, we failed, so we get buttons on screen. So this is clearly a cheat code of some sort, I'm guessing. I tried entering it then, and nothing happened, so... Anyway, two characters we've not played as, DK and Bowser, so... Nope. Let's get to them. Alright, Hope you like... Hope you like Mario 64. Remember that one, guys? Oh yeah, it makes sense to use the vanilla track here. You've got a snow track, you might as well use it. Lethal Lava Land is concerning in this game. Greatly. By the way, back to the straight lines. Fire! Toad. Well, Mario will do. After all the pain I had last GP with Mario. Back you go. No tricks on this one. I really get the feeling, much like DS custom tracks, it is an opt-in thing you have to add to the track, rather than being built into the game. Based on the fact that some of these should have them and just don't have them. But on the plus side, it means you get to enjoy jumps on the vanilla like that. I mean, just how big was that? That was fun. I forgot you can lightning when you're stunned in this game. Like, you can't really use any other right? You can use lightning. But it's like, you know. I don't understand what caused me to spin out, because I was holding the drift direction perfectly, you know, the way you're meant to actually start a drift. I was just always playing this as a kid and not managing to stick right. I think you did, but I don't remember the answer. How did you control it without the stick? This game doesn't have D-pad controls, right? Yeah. How did you do that? You just drove in a straight line until it worked. That's the fun part you don't. Okay. I drove into a wall. Now that is gaming. Spinning out. I keep doing it. Went back to Sonic 2. Good decision. Better game. Hot take. Oh, it's so hot. I like Mario Kart 64. To most people that's comparing goats or whatever. To me it's like comparing a 7 out of 10 to like a, you know, whatever. Like, Sonic 2 is not even one of my favourite classics, but still good. Still would take it over this. That didn't count as getting hit? Really? Even made me go high pitch. Bowser off my arse, friend, please. It's fine. We take those. Oh, I gotta stop catching this fast forward button to make this go a tiny bit faster. Okay, yeah, Larry, you're correct. This looks awful. And it's a dead hamster classic. I'm fearful. So, what's weird is some of his tracks seemingly have tricks and some don't. Like, was it just added after some of these were made? Like, can't even see where I'm going. Have I got to admit defeat and just not drift around this track? Like, couldn't any of you make out any better than me what's happening here? Like, look at the horizon. It doesn't exist in Mario Kart 64. It's why most of the tracks are, like, really basic to make out. Because of this. So I'm trying to look at what's upcoming and I just can't see. Especially given my character just blends into the geometry perfectly. I go against that volcano and I'm screwed. The yellow cart's the only thing helping me there. I think the one saving grace is some of the CPUs are having as bad time as me. That is the one thing that gets me through this. No. Does that help me or hinder me? That's what I want to know. Oh, you actually keep items when respawning in this game? That's nice. Also, because I normally exclusively play as one character because of the stats thing, I've never noticed the characters change colour on the map. That is kind of fun. I always just assumed they were green, because green was the default colour of player 1, because green is go, or something like that. I never really put 2 and 2 together on that. Oh, sorry. Good pathing there. Okay, I survived. It's fine. There are less reasons to cry myself to sleep now. As if the last blue shell just wasn't enough. Also, we commented on it before. Look how far ahead first is. Is that my one again? It just went backwards for some reason. I think it is. I mean, you just can't beat quality in packs like these, honestly. I don't know what Pete was saying when the last ones were missing this Nintendo charm. He was like, this is next level. I'll take 8 as long as I can just get to the end of this race. What minigames in Wii Party would benefit from mouse control? I'm trying to think. There's like a couple pointer ones, but I can't think of too many. I'm so sad, by the way. They revealed what all the Switch 2 patches, the free ones, do. Captain Toad does not give you mouse control. It makes perfect sense, because every game that's had Switch 2 features has been a Switch 2 upgrade. Like, none of the other games are like, hey, this one has mouse control now. So I get it. The only exception is like the game share stuff, I guess, because you can only initiate game share from a Switch 2. I'm guessing Switch 1 just doesn't have the hardware to propagate it, it just has it to receive it, you know. Like, yeah, download, play, whatever. It can only receive the download, play, it can't broadcast it, which isn't how DS's work, whatever. By the way, the map's just wrong. I know, it's probably a separate PNG they have to export or whatever and then convert, but that's just wrong. I don't even know what it's for. Is it for one of the other tracks we've already played? But yeah, no, I will still continue to cry about the Captain Toad thing. Look, I will pay money to get a Switch 2 upgrade just for that. Like, I've played it enough, but I don't want to like that version. I want to play it with good controls, so Maybe if that's the case, I will grab a Wii U copy and play it on there at some point where it actually controls a bit better personally. But I think you can use actual play on 3DS. I think you can use the actual touchscreen on handheld, right? So just get like a dibber or whatever you call them, you know, the touchscreen styluses, and go from there, I guess. I mean, rather, if the game's already in HD, you know, it's based on a Wii U game that's already in HD, I'd rather play it on another high-quality system. I know the 3DS ports are really solid, but it's just kind of where I stand on those sort of things. If there's a console version, I'll tend to play it, personally. But, you know, at the same time, like, I would half be interested in playing it on 3DS for the Odyssey content at that point. Just like, hey, it's a fun little demake or whatever, almost. You know, I was starting to get the feeling Dead Hamster made all these tracks. Just a little hunch. I love how the 3DS game just renders the game twice. I know, it's great. Poor thing's crying, and it's like, this is the only way we know how to do this. We're not going to do some weird camera trickery with the second screen. No, it's two separate renders of the game. Like, slay. Awesome. It works. You do you, I guess. We're nearly at the end of the third card. I do hate that in this game, when you just jump off a cliff and instead of acting normal, it's like, no, you're actually going to go into the tumbling state. Like, no, that should be reserved for when I legitimately fall down, rather than jump down a small gap. Oh yeah, I mean, I've never played that one, but yeah, that makes sense. I could play Nintendogs and Cats one day, just for the funnies of it. Like, Nintendogs was never mine, unsurprisingly it was with my sisters, who are significantly more interested in it, but we're just continuing like this now, I guess. But I mess with it every now and then. I technically still have it, I've just never played it. At some point, just took all the DS games. Minus Wild World, that would have been too cruel or something, so I left Wild World intact. But to this day, I've still never really played Wild World, and I have no nostalgic attachment to it, unlike everyone on the app. I mean, I remember watching it, but I've never been like, oh my god, this is the best one, or whatever, like everyone else is. I've never played it. I had a lot of Nintendogs as someone who doesn't like dogs. Well, maybe Nintendogs changed that in you for a brief moment, and you learned to open your heart to all creatures, great and small. Nah, just kidding. By the way, I know it's not a shock at this point, but this track kind of sucks. It's just okay. Like, notice how I'm not losing really any placement for having taken that cut, and how that just baffles any design choices. I think virtual dogs are going to fight me. Most dogs don't. If you give them... Not all dogs are like dogs or whatever, you know. Or jumpy, etc, you know, depending on what you're comfortable, not comfortable with. Now, virtual dogs on the other hand. I kid, they are actually extremely violent. My dog entered road rage when he didn't win the Nintendogs competition, let me tell you. You did not want to be on the receiving end of that. When they add the vibration to the stylus on the Switch 3, that Nintendogs is coming back, that's going to go crazy. Yeah, Donkey Kong has my noise as well. I'm kind of poorly behaved German Shepherd when I was growing up, didn't actually do anything. It was the fear that it would though, right? Oh no, the fast forward button. Up. Yeah, I pressed all that, it's not really doing anything. What a pity, oh no. Well, Bowser's the only one we not played. I'm fucking sick of these already, like, Dead Hamster again. Nintendo just had the losers do that, didn't they? Yeah, you just gotta rub the salt in a little bit more. Like, that one, it's not like you do the Grand Prix and then that happens. Like, you have to have basically already lost multiple races in the Grand Prix to get to that point. And then you have to lose the last race on top of that. So, like, you really have to lose. You don't just, like, oh, you lost it at the last second or whatever. Like, I'm sure that can happen. But for the most part, that's only going to appear if you, like, were already doing horrendously badly in the GP. I didn't even drift and I couldn't turn that corner. Cool. Do I get anything for that? Can I just skip the lap? No, okay. It's just another nail on the coffin. Oh, this one has tricks. I think it did last lap as well, I just didn't pay any attention. I mean, I think there's a reason they flat out stopped doing those. Because, like, Mario Kart Wii was the last one to do it, I think? I think 7 doesn't penalise you if you don't win. Like, none of them penalise you after this one, but, like, it doesn't insult you if you don't win. Mario Kart Wii's the last one. Like, I kind of like it for how cheeky it is that you just watch the victory from a distance. Like, it's kind of funny. It's a little meme, but it's kind of funny. Now, when I'm losing every time online and I hear the "you failed" music every single race, it's a bit extreme. I get why they changed it in Mario Kart 8 when you're just getting bodied non-stop. Like, at least you get to listen to normal music as opposed to "wah wah, you can't drive" type music. Whoops. Man, this is a serious problem I have. Oh, I can just already tell this is going to be a new one. Even from everything we've experienced so far, it's just going to be bad. Like, as a track concept, I don't hate it. I just know that we're not getting the level design we've come to know and love at this point. Oh wait, sorry, we are getting the level design we've come to know and love, but we're not getting the one that we deserve or something like that. In what way am I meant to go Lucky 2? You're such a smart ass. Which way is the right way to go in this now? I'm in the house like carpet by any chance? This way. Sometimes they're too tight, but otherwise it's vastly better than most of them. Send them. Well, they're meant to track onto a player, so I did their job. Mission success. And again. It never ceases to amaze me how rubber bandy Mario Kart 64's CPUs are. Like, it only ever gets talked about because I'm really good, therefore they're on my arse. But like, the amount of times we got like almost a minute behind them, over half a lap behind, and I just find this way to catch up. Like, do they just stop dead? I'm not looking at the map. How else does it happen? They just start driving at half speed. Like, that's the sort of rubber banding I'm more concerned about than, you know, I don't know, if they're difficult or whatever. Because they're not too bad when you're in first. I know it's not an issue we've been having much recently, but regardless. It's still like, yeah, it kind of surprises me with this game for sure. How lenient they can be, considering how difficult they can be on the inverse as well. Like, normally when people talk rubber banding, it's just the hard side of it, it's not the easy side. The rubber banding we need in racing games is not Knuckles Chaotix. You can't leave my side and I can't leave yours, and that's the way we like it. So they really toned down the lightning effect in OverKart. I wish. I'm just trying to turn around. I wish we had that same luxury. What way do I go then? Oh, yeah, okay, that's actually on me. I'm willing to admit that one, okay. Didn't SLB2 Kart actually give a mod for that? There's so many mods for SLB2 Kart in particular that would not surprise me. I'm not familiar with it, like, more so than I am with Dream Racers, but like, less so than I am every other kart racer under the sun, like even some of the weird obscure ones. What do I do there? Once again, I'm sure it's easy, and it just didn't figure it out, but I'm still not quite sure. Yeah, it's like a fun concept for a racer that you're kind of tethered like that. I mean, you could argue something like Crash Tag Team Racing kind of explores that concept, except there's almost no reason to be the weapons player unless you're doing like multiplayer or whatever. Like, if you're doing single player, there's no point playing the weapons whatsoever. What I remember the meta is just reconnect and disconnect. Larry, I know we're saying this for the purpose of Nintendo, but it's not a console. I don't own Diddy Kong Racing. If I did, you'd best believe I would have unplugged it if this were a real console by now. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I forgot the cheats. See, this is a cool concept for a track. I hope you pull it off. I hope this is the one that I'm wrong on. Like, focusing on an NES track, like, we kind of had that Super Mario World one that was really cool in, what's it called? Amped Up, the last one we played. So, like, this is the one that has potential to me. Like, it's cool to have a throwback track in a game like this. Like, a track that feels retro in an N64 game. Like, that's a cool concept every now and then when they did that sort of thing. I just know. We're not even finished with the lap yet, but you know you can just feel it. So far you've been 16 for 16 on these tracks. So what is up with this portion? Isn't my assumption looking at the map would be that this is also what? Why is there Super Mario World sprites here? 8-4 I assumed was a Mario 1 reference. Or 3, I technically get. Like, yeah, I was running under the assumption that because it was like this, that it was a secondary path that opened up in a later lap, but everyone else is on it, so what's the deal with the main path then? Also, hot take, they're just not inherently well-designed tracks for the most part. Like, don't get me wrong, some of it is just me kind of sucking. It's like, even in a game where I could see a bit easier ahead of me, I'm not really sure they still shine all that much. Like, this is the one of the first ones that hasn't either been a circle or straight lines back to back, you know. This one does feel interesting. I feel like this is the most fully fledged concept. The issue with some track makers, like, I don't want to throw too much shade or whatever, but like, especially when you're making your own mod, like, I don't know if the guy who made all these tracks is the sole creator of the mod or whatever. There is just like a habit of, I need 15 tracks, and therefore you don't really get to spend too much time on one track versus something like OverKart, which is submissions from pre-existing custom tracks, as far as I'm assuming. So it's not one person spreading themselves thin, it's one person working on one thing and polishing it to their best. Based on the fact that this guy's got 16 tracks in this pack already, like, I don't know how long it was between the creations of all of these or whatever, but like, based on that, you know, I'm kind of assuming not each one was able to get a level of TLC that it should deserve, like, as a track. You know, like, an official track would you know, be done over a course of months or whatever, like slowly chipped out over a few years. Like, you think of the concept, then you design it, then you model it, etc. You know, that sort of thing. You're in game dev, I don't need to tell you in particular, so this is more a general thing. But, you know, like, just because you've got so many and you're pushing them out for, like, a bigger project, maybe it's not, like, your area of expertise or whatever. There's always going to be that little bit of disconnect, I guess. Also, I kind of knew looking at the map it was going to be this long. I felt it a little bit. Yeah, I don't know, even if you transplant it in a game with like way more draw distance where I could see ahead with these sorts of things, and maybe even a game with a more detailed map system or whatever, like, I still don't think half of these are really anything worth celebrating necessarily. Even if the ones that aren't confusing, some are kind of not worth celebrating. As I say, this one kind of feels like the exception. The exception being this one's a little overcooked. Honestly, like, it could do with trimming or being cut down to 2 laps. 2 laps, actually, I think, is the compromise. Because 4 minutes is, like, a decent track length, but... like, this is going to be... surely this beats N64 Rainbow Road in terms of length, right? That's, like, what? 3 to 4 minutes on a good day. Realistically, most players are about 6 minutes on that track. We're hitting 6 minutes here, surely, based on the last 2 laps, right? At least I'd assume we're getting very close to 6 minutes. Like, I guess this is the special cup, but I've already kind of said we've got 2 more cups to go. There's an additional 2 in here after this on a separate screen, so... what's going to be the situation with those? Are they going to be, like, different creators? Like, how are they going to work? I would kind of like to know that. Well, I mean, I'll find out shortly, so I don't really have to know the answer just yet, but still. So yeah, I just get like more wiggle room on this one to actually traverse and make mistakes and things rather than the others. The only real exception being that one lava pit at the beginning. So yeah, like this feels like clearly the one that got the TLC to me, which, you know, cool. Everyone's got their favourites, so might as well work on the one you like the most. Like, this is the one I could see was not that much effort being really tuned up into something way cooler. Great. I don't know why the spinning out mechanic exists. Half the time when you do spin out, it then becomes like a free fall of just doing it again. I think I will be at 6 minutes looking at this right now, but it's still damn close, okay? Hello. I don't know why the red shells made that noise when I'm Bowser, but... is that just the default noise and I've never noticed it? Whoops. Yeah, so this must be a cheat code. So what, do I do this on the title screen or something? Right, so we got 2 more characters to repeat. It's gonna be Toad and Mario. Let's just be honest with ourselves here. So I got the classics. The classics. And then these guys. So let's get going. Here we go. Hey, well, I'll take a bit more for Happy Snowland. It's a good song. Alright, Simple Circle, but after that last track, I will take Simple Circle. We need every little bit of catch-up we can get in terms of, you know, the last one being 6 minutes. Like, 2 minutes, peak. Like, great. More of that. Quicker we get out of here, I'm sure everyone will agree the better, because we're already getting towards bedtime anyway. Once again, would have liked to have got this stream on a bit earlier, but just the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. On that note, I did say I was going to do a vlogger next week, and that is still true. It will still be Mario Kart Wii versus Mario Kart 8 as a multi-game randomizer, which, if you're just not familiar with the concept, more shall be explained next week. When I'm actually doing it, it will become a bit more obvious, hopefully. I can't call it right now, because sometimes, like, randomizer seeds are really short, sometimes they're really long. I'm just going to say right now, that's realistically going over 2 days. You're getting a Mario Kart Tuesday next week as well. I'm just calling it as it is, okay? Like, I do not think I'm doing that in 2 to 3 hours. They're 2 massive games. Like, even if I get a short seed, I still think it's like 4 hours at the best. So, you know, just letting people know you might actually get 2 streams out of me next week. If you don't know, then hey, OverKart Mondays as planned. Yeah, like, you'd assume it's way weighted towards Mario Kart 8, but I think actually the Mario Kart 8 randomizer doesn't have, whatchamacallit, I can't think, Mario Kart 8 doesn't have mirror mode on or anything, it just has, like, oh goodness, how many cups are there? 24 cups, I think, right, in Mario Kart 8? Versus 16 in Mario Kart Wii, because Mario Kart Wii includes the mirror ones, just to kind of balance it with other Mario Kart games and other games in the randomizers, so that, and I think it has mandatory battle mode stuff, which is honestly kind of fun, so it should somewhat balance it out, I think. So it should be somewhat balanced. I was hoping it wouldn't be that there was more Mario Kart 8 than Wii or whatever, but it should be good. If you have no idea what that looks like, I have done a little randomizer stream before. If you go out Viper Archives on YouTube, there's an SA1 versus SA2 randomizer stream. Yeah, good dub. I know, it was actually a really good track. That's why you didn't hear me complain about it. Simple is good sometimes. More simple. That's what Amped Up, the last mod, got right, is that it had a lot of cool, simple tracks. Like, sometimes when you're just learning the tools or whatever, you need a simple oval. I'm aware I was complaining about the straight lines or whatever in the other track, but, like, I don't know. Something about that one just felt good. Like, straight lines are fine, they can be a little boring. It was more the layout of the lines, I think, that was the issue. Like, this one again, this one feels fine. More of this. I don't know whether these are, you know, maybe like the first 16 were finished first, and then the only reason there's 2 cups rather than 4 here is because these are added in a later update. Like, this is a pretty good track. Respect, maybe, feedback, criticism, etc. Maybe shaped these ones a little bit more, because this is pretty good. Like, solid theming, nice to drive on, not too many, like, hazards or confusing ways to go or anything. Even without a mini-map, I've been managing fine and keeping up with the competition. Not too narrow, so I'm staying on the path nice and easily, but yeah, like, good track. Can't complain. Now, the CPU on the other hand now. I do enjoy that we come off and on the screen. It's just how it's laid out. But then the lack of tricks would make me think this is an earlier one, so I don't know. Yahoo! 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 I'm the best. Can I fire backwards in this? Because no, you can fire backwards in Amped Up. Yippee! Yeah, you can fire backwards in Amped Up. I think I turned it off because it only applies to greens and not reds for some reason. Like, boo! I want to fire more reds at CPU. Get why you turn that off for multiplayer, because you're toxic if you fly backwards. Like, I hate to break it to you. This isn't a competitive game. This is casual Mario Kart Saturdays, you know. Am I actually gonna... Nope. Well, CPU accidentally has the sickest timing of all time, I guess. Nice. Actually... I really enjoy how I did everything right on that race. Once again, this isn't actually the track's fault. This is the CPU's fault. I didn't really do anything wrong of my own accord, and I'm still coming last. Look, Alari, in my defense... I'm doing it again. I'm doing the same section again. So yeah, it technically was my fault that I fell back here. I can still be sad at myself for it, okay? Better, thank you. Just go forward. Just keep going. Just keep swimming. Come on. Places to be. I finally did it. I finally jumped over everyone. I've been trying the entire stream to actually pull that off. There we go. I think it's quite precise from memory to get the leap over everyone. I think it's like a few frames window. Which, 30 FPS game, so isn't that bad, but still. Here we go. Just for that, you can have more Luigi. Actually, I say Luigi, it was Bowser. Bowser's the one who I can complain at. That was not inherently obvious. No, that's too sharp. Oh yeah, not a golden mushroom. I forgot that key rule. Key rule? K-rule reference? Donkey Kong reference? Yahoo! Yahoo! Let's see, like that. I'm the best. I'm the best. So, Laurie, does he sound like he smokes enough for you now? Is it much better? See, that's how you dodge a banana. I should have been doing that the rest of the stream. Right, again, the whole fall off the cliff thing. Gone from last lap. Serves you right. Serves me right. Can I actually get over the finish line? No. That would have been fun. I'm gonna be honest, I'd be curious as to if this works some real hard work. Some of these tracks just feel like way too big to load onto an N64, so... Like, I know the other one definitely does, and I was under the impression that this mod works on real hardware based on some Reddit comments I read. But I don't know how, because these tracks just feel huge. Right, I remembered. Alright. Defeat from the jaws of victory. Oh! Hey Scubman, welcome. Hope you're having a good one. Thanks for dropping by, and thank you for dropping the sub on King. Hope you're having a good day and all, and thanks for being here. And congrats King, enjoy your sub. Oh sorry, enjoy your scub. I don't have alerts or anything. I forgot to set that up on my new stream layout, so... Enjoy my appreciation instead. Oh, right. Fast forward. Oh, you even got the one next to your name. Impressive. Ooh, Toad's Turnpike, though. I think we got some good tunes for the straight line session we're about to have. Time to drive into oncoming traffic. It really is Toad's Turnpike. I get why they chose the music. No, it's technically moving against us, right? So, no, actually, that's how it works in Turnpike as well. Come on. Time to go ghost. The fact that this is one of the least offensive tracks of the night is stunning to me. Like, this offends my senses so much less than everything else. Still the same shit though, isn't it? Still the same car pathing that we've come to know and love. I'll never take the lightning. I'll take my 6th place and I will enjoy it. Oh yeah, I forgot, I can turn music down and off. I've just not needed to do that. Because why would I do that? Also, it doesn't affect star music and things like that. So even if you were using it to have custom background music, then it just wouldn't serve that purpose? So I'm not really sure why it doesn't do one, or, you know, why it doesn't do that, or just not exist. Ew. Visibility is a little crap, but whatever. I somewhat know the track and have a mini-map, so I'm now free to get run over by every car that I like. Also, like, I kind of want to address the elephant in the room. Who let this guy have a turnpike? Like, this is the guy we need to name it after. This is the one. Is that the end of this GP? I think it is. Yes. Cool. Oh, I shroomed out. Oh, is it? Did I actually get podium? Oh. Huh. Okay. I think that's the first time that's happened during OverKart. Oh wait, I'm doing it in the menus as well. Right, we know the man. We know who we all want to end on. Wrong button. Let's get out of here. Let's do what needs to be done. Corruption in the Mushroom Kingdom Parish Council. How else do you think it happened? But with taxpayers' money. Know your strengths. The circle is appreciated. Oh. Code is the committee that names the roads. Hang on a minute. Yeah, you're right. Both the road thing and the winning thing now make sense. All in the same context. I didn't even drive that badly, I just got hit a few times. Spinning out made me win. Or at least get 4th, so. Oh, right. Oh look, obligatory Sonic track. It really is a CTGP. In our hearts. Oh. I wasn't expecting the remix. You know what else I wasn't expecting? It to be like Sonic Drift in that I cannot see beyond the horizon at all. Is this the right way? Okay, this is the right way. I thought it might have placed me backwards for a second there. Sonic Drift is better than this? I don't know, I'm sorry to like... I'm sorry to put such awful things on the name of Sonic Drift, but that was cool. The stuff with the boosters was cool. I'll take that. Oh no, you don't. The remix is kind of fun. Like it's a little Emerald Hill Zone Super Mario 64 remixed, you know, brackets Super Smash Bros. Ultimate style YouTube video or whatever, but it's fun. I actually cook with Sonic Drift. Arc system works. Always had to cook. Why is this where you put me? I smell an issue with finishing the race incoming. When's the failsafe gonna kick in? Because there was a failsafe before that took us into the... that took us to the start line. Oh, alright, how do I get out of here? Right, so I have to hit the button perfectly, back up, and just hope I can... Yep, you're right. It's a soft lock. Cool. Oh no, the fast forward button found its way on. How did that happen? Oh, I'm so clumsy. Oh man, I gotta stop catching this button. Seriously. This isn't gonna work on this track. As much as a man can dream when he's driving on straight lines like this. Did about as well as normal? Yeah, honestly, there wasn't really much difference in performance, was there? Oh no. Should map it to a controller button. Make the whole process a bit easier. Gotta stop catching this. Like it's seriously looking like a skill issue now that I accidentally mash my spacebar button anytime there's a straight. We're on the second lap. This is where I got to. This is where my fast forwarding stops. This is now a legitimate playthrough again. And I will never fall off again. Because apparently falling off is illegal on this track, I've now learned. So I'm going to very carefully go around every corner and not any tomfoolery. No fun allowed. Just the one mini turbo, just for fun. That's our limit, okay guys? No more. Okay, I lied. Nearly went into the smoke. That wasn't even because of the mini turbo, I was just not really paying attention. Come on, please hit the green. Oh, he takes it. He takes it. No, he doesn't take. Yeah. Get out. Okay, once again, crossover with same generation of content. Feels like a cool idea. Good pick of song if you're going to reuse any. I don't get why I wouldn't want to go that way, because that just feels quicker. Even without a shroom or a star, it feels better to go that way. Fire away. Oops. I barely lose spots for doing that, and yet it cuts such a large distance. Like, if I was ahead, it would actually be beneficial. Here I go. So I just... Fuck. It never changes. I always get hit by them. Just get me out. I don't care how. Just let me off the wall. Flashing is just so unneeded. My poor eyeballs. This track feels like it's a good idea, just not executed properly. Like, maybe a little barren in places, and I kind of get the impression that's like half the point because of the theming, but like it also doesn't feel like that sort of barren. It just feels like there's no objects anywhere. Here's a theme for a track. I think it works perfectly fine. Just needs a tiny bit more. Yeah, I mean, hey, banjo-kazooie track, same issue presumably. Why that way? Feels like the game was gearing up for me to go a certain way. By the way, can you tell this game doesn't have the lock on blue shells appearing early in the race? Because that was 13 seconds that appeared. Every future game is like 30. I think some are a minute. Mario Kart 8 might be a minute. I know Mario Kart DS is 30. Couldn't tell you anything before or after that. But yeah, like, seemingly none here. I could just fire it within the first 10 to 15 seconds. Yippee! Not an obvious way to go. I know there were arrows, but I swore... Is this also not the right way, or is it? Because I can't see anyone, but there's arrows pointing this way. I'm still not sure, while I'm down here, if this is the right way, honestly. Come on, lightning, just do anything at this point. Need some sense of superiority against the CPUs, even if it's short-lived. Incredible how I went first to 8th to 5th there, by the way. Oh, sorry, 8th to 1st to 5th. This bridge needs railings. Like, DK Jungle Parkway in the same game has railings. So, like, it exists as an object you can just nick from the game's code. Like, why does that not have it? Right, that's the wrong way. Let me turn around. No. Okay. Game said no. Just let it end in peace. Like, we're so close at this point. You didn't need to cart me. It's Mario Kart. Like, can you not cart? It's part of the game. It's the culture. Nice 8 to end things on, question mark? No. No, there's still a chance. Still a chance to end this as we intend to go on. Stop, he's already dead. Speaking of which, Wario dies in a tragic accident, sadly. Oh no! It's the end of the stream. How did that happen? Oh my god. The fact that a top 3 track for me was a literal circle gives you an indication as to the quality of that. Absolute dog shit. Oh my god. That was a last minute addition to today's stream because I was like, the other pack was the one that looked really good. I was really interested in, looking forward to streaming. But then I kept looking into like more Mario Kart 64 stuff as I was getting excited for the stream, and everyone was like, "No, this pack's great. It's like competing with. It's just as good, just a little less polished, but otherwise really good. Like the tracks are definitely better balanced in this than the." What on earth were they on about? Old Wario canon. Like what universe were we on there? I'm just not advanced enough at this shit, clearly. Like, trust me, that 6-minute Bowser level slaps. You just gotta give it a chance. Well, that was that. Thanks for sticking with me through that, everyone. A very eventful stream, I'm sure you can agree. Next stream should be next Monday. Mentioned a couple times, it is the Archipelago multi-game randomizer. Mario Kart Wii versus Mario Kart 8. We have no idea what that's about. Already mentioned, I've got a video on Viper Archives, which I'll link in the chat right now, if you're here. Let's see. Yeah, I'll link it right now for you if you've not seen how an Archipelago randomizer works before. It's pretty much the exact same thing, except it's not manual or anything like... Oh, sorry, it's not automatic or anything like that. I do manually have to tell the game what I'm doing. But we'll explain it all if you have no idea what I'm talking about next week. It'll be a fun time for sure. There it is. Sonic Adventure 1 versus Sonic Adventure 2. So we'll be doing that again next time, except with some Mario Karts on Mario Kart Monday. So see you then. That will probably be a 2-part stream, as I already mentioned, going across both Monday and Tuesday, or it could just be the Monday depending on how it goes, but I'm going to assume it's going to take multiple days. So yeah, hopefully it's some great content next week. I mean, this was content, can't deny that, so make of it what you will. I'm going to get this uploaded and cool off with some, I don't know, something chill for half an hour. I can't go to bed on that note. Anyway, the rest of you have a good night, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.